It's just kind of fallen into place, really. It seems like everything that I've put together in this past 2 years has really kind of gone together. Like a puzzle pieces, you know, and I finally got enough material that I think I've really completed this puzzle. So now I'm recording it, you know. It's very simple. I'm just here to tell a story. Well, it's a classic jazz setup, piano, bass, and drums. That's classic. Like Bill Evans and Ahmad Jamal and Oscar Peterson. I love that sound. It's a great sound. I mean, I've been on the road touring for years. I made 12 years now with Dion, and you know, that's been taking up a lot of my energy and time. Now I'm able to, as we're slowing down with that, now I'm able to really concentrate on the music that I hear in my head. And I really wanted to be playing the melodies myself. In the past, I've recorded with horn players and other instruments where they were playing the melodies for me, but I really wanted to do this thing as myself, playing the music myself and interpreting the melodies that I write myself. And so that's an important part of this project. I love great melodies, for one. I love what they call standards now, jazz standards. I love that sound. I love that kind of music. And so when I write my music, I'm looking for a great melody, something that speaks to me and you know, hopefully speaks to other people too. Well, I'm a musician. I'm a traveling musician. You know, I don't have a desk job. I get on an airplane and I fly somewhere and I play music. There's good parts to that, there's not so great parts to that, but that's what I am, that's what I do, and the good parts are that I get to see a whole lot. I've had a chance to travel to see a lot of places. I mean, that was the inspiration for the title of this project, which is Eat, Drink, Play. It makes me feel good to go someplace and sip a beer, have some great food, see the surroundings, and I want to share that. I love to compose music. That's one of the main things that does it for me in music is to write melodies. My ears are always open, and I hear something and it registers with me, and I know it comes out in my music and how I write and how I play and improvise. One of the songs is called Moments I Remember, and I wrote that for my dad, who passed a few years ago. And it really, as I was writing it, it spoke to me. It was really a message, I think. And I knew that I was writing this for my dad as it was coming out. I didn't sit down at the piano and say, I'm going to write a song for my dad. That's usually not how I do it anyway. I usually let the ideas flow as they come. And that's just obviously, as I was writing it, it said to me, yeah, you're writing this for your dad. I wrote a song for my wife, Linda. I think it's a beautiful song, and it reminds me of her. and I call it Que Linda. She is obviously an inspiration. I've written a few songs for her, and she's obviously an inspiration to me. She's gorgeous and a great wife and mother. I love her, and so Que Linda. What I play, what I write, and what I play is the truth as I know it. I'm telling a story, and I think it's a good story. There's another song that I wrote called Snake in the Bottle, and that's actually from a story that I tell people about traveling in Mexico and drinking a very special tequila. It came from a large bottle. It wasn't like a regular bottle with a worm in it. It actually came from a big bottle, and instead of the worm, there was a rattlesnake in the bottom, coiled up. And it was a real rattlesnake. It was dead, but it did have a smile on its face. The person who offered it to me owned a bar. His name was Dimitri, and he owned a bar. He said that he only gave this tequila, special tequila, to his friends. So he poured this cup for me, and he filled it all the way up. And I was sipping on the tequila, and first of all I was thinking, Dimitri, I can't drink this much tequila. That's a lot of tequila. That's going to knock me out. And he said, just shut up and drink. So I started sipping it, and it went down like water. It was so smooth. It was incredible. And within 5 minutes, I think I was crawling on the floor there. And the next thing I remember, I wake up and I'm on the steps of a Mayan temple right next to a sacrificial altar on a cliff over the ocean. And I'm looking up at the stars, and it's nighttime. And this was the middle of the day when I was drinking this tequila. So I think the very first thing I thought was, well, first of all, that's some really great tequila. And second thing I thought is, I don't have a hangover. That's awesome. And I've tried it since. He's offered it to me since. And each time it's been pretty incredible. So anyway, yes, I wrote a song about that. It's called Snake in the Bottle.